Hey guys, this is Texas Martial Arts. My name is Mr. Olson.
My name is Mr. Caceres.
And this is Kicking It On Vacation for week 5. Because you're on vacation,
You still need to train.
All right guys, now this is week 5 of our training. Now what we're gonna be working on this week is we're gonna be working on the wrist escape from a grab and adding that into a combination that also includes actually a kick that is probably gonna be a new one for most of you guys called an elevated front kick. Now the elevated front kick is just a fun little addition. You don't have to be perfect at it. We wanna see what you guys can do and what you can come up with. So that's gonna be part of the combination this week. Now, that's really exciting. Let's get started right now. All right, guys, now for your warm-up for today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off in our sparring stance, left leg in front. You're gonna take your back leg, which right now is gonna be your right leg. You're gonna bring it all the way up, and then what's gonna happen is you're just gonna switch feet by jumping. So I jump to switch feet, and then I'm gonna take my left foot and set it down and back. Now, that'll put you in a sparring stance with your left leg back, and then we're gonna add a squat to that. So you're gonna do one squat, and then come up. All right, so we're gonna do a set of a couple of these here so you guys can see the example, and then I'll have you guys do the warm up on your own. So from here, left leg in front, ready, leg up, switch, step back, squat, up, switch, step back, squat, up, switch, step back, squat, and one more, up, switch, step back, and squat. All right, now what I want you guys to do is I want you to do 5 on the left and 5 on the right. That'll give you a set of 10 for your warm-up. And then we'll go ahead and move into the full lesson. We'll see you there, guys. All right, guys, now for the lesson for today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually tackle this in a few different parts. So to start off with, we're gonna start with the wrist release. Now, this wrist release, I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna grab Mr. Caceres' wrist. What he wants to do is he's gonna take a big step back. So I've grabbed his right hand. So he's gonna take a big step back with his right foot. All right, while Mr. Caceres is actually stepping back, it's super important. What he's gonna do is he's gonna take his hand here and bring it up to his ear at the same time. You don't want to have it be 2 separate movements. If you step and then move your hand, you lose all your momentum. So do it at the same time. So ready, step, hand back. There you go. That brings his hand back, and see how he was able to immediately get into a sparring stance. From here, he can do a jab punch, 1, 2. All right, so we're gonna start with just that. Now, I'm gonna show you with a partner, but then I'm also gonna have Mr. Caceres do it solo for a second. So it's gonna start off, I'm gonna grab his wrist, he's gonna step back and bring his hand up to his ear at the same time, and then jab punch. All right, now, if right now I'm grabbing across, all right, but I can also grab straight and it works the exact same way. He steps back, brings his hand up to his ear, jab cross. All right, so it doesn't matter how the person grabs you, as long as it's a straight grab, either straight across or across the body, either way will work. All right, so hand comes up, jab cross. All right, guys, now we're gonna start adding in the elevated front kick to that self-defense technique, but in order for you guys to get there, I wanna make sure that you know how to do the kick first. So to start off with, Mr. Caceres is gonna step back with his right foot. All right, now, that means he's not gonna be kicking with the right foot. It means he's gonna be kicking with the left foot that's in front. But in order to get there, what he's gonna do is he's gonna pick his right foot up in the air, and then when he drops that foot, he's gonna pick up and kick with the other one. There you go, just like that. So ready? And then he's gonna step back on the other side. So now he can do it on his left side. So ready? Left leg comes up, switch and kick. Good. And then right leg comes up, switch and kick. Good. Left. Good. And right. Good. Now we're slowing it down a little bit so that you guys can see the mechanics of it. But what I'm gonna have Mr. Caceres do now is I'm gonna have him do one on each side, one left and one right at full speed so that you can see what it actually should look like. So he's gonna step back, ready, and go. Good. Other side. Good. Perfect. So that gives you guys an idea of what it looks like full speed. Now we're gonna be actually going in and combining the 2 techniques together. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually take both the combination that we were doing before and the elevated front kick and add them together. Now, if we were to do that without adding any additional techniques, what you would end up with is we'd end up so close that you'd have a really tough time pulling off that elevated front kick. So what we're gonna add just to make it so that it'll work a little bit better is he's gonna push with both hands, and that forces me back a little bit. So now when he does that elevated front kick, he can come all the way in and actually make contact. All right, so that's gonna be the entire drill. We're gonna do it on the left and on the right so you guys can see it from both sides. So starting off, ready? It's gonna be step back, jab punch. He's gonna push. Good. From here, elevated front kick. Perfect. Now he's gonna do the other side. I grab, he steps back, 1, 2, push, and then elevated front kick. Perfect. All right, so that gives you an idea of what you're gonna be doing on both sides. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have Mr. Caceres actually go through and deal without the partner so you can see what it looks like just by yourself. All right, we're gonna start off with Mr. Caceres being grabbed on his left hand. So he's gonna take a big step back with his left foot, hand comes up to his ear, he gets into a sparring stance, jab punch. He pushes the person back, elevated front kick, and then he's gonna reset. There you go. So now he's gonna go back to a neutral stance. Now it's gonna be on the right side. So somebody comes up, they grab his right hand, he comes back up to his ear, jab punch, push, elevated front kick. Perfect, and reset. All right, so that gives you guys a view of each side. Okay guys, now you've seen the full combination and you've seen it on both the left and right side. Now, when you guys are filming it, I do want to see 5 left and 5 right, so make sure that you're doing both sides, right? When we're doing our martial arts training, it's really important that you actually train both sides so that you end up as a well-rounded martial artist regardless of the situation that you find yourself in. So that will be the homework for this week. Okay guys, for the activity for this week, keep in mind that the activities are things that you can do with your parents or a friend or a sibling if you have a brother or sister that can help you out with this. They're optional extras to really take your technique to the next level. So if you're not able to do it today, don't worry too much about it, all right? But what I want to see is, I want you to get either a magazine or a piece of paper or like I'm using a folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to test out how high you can do your elevated front kicks. Now, we're going to start off going up the body on one side and then we'll do the other side. So to start with, I'm going to hold it at knee level. So he's going to do an elevated front kick at knee level. Then you move it up to belt level. You can do that. Now I'm going to move it up to shoulder level. Good. Now I'm going to move it up to nose level. Good. Oh. Whoops. All right. So there's a little, Mr. Caceres is so good at this that he actually knocked it out of my hands. You can't even beat that. All right. Now, the final one, after nose level, we're going to do at the very top of his head, equal with the top of his head. There you go. Perfect. So that's how you're going to test that side of the body. But in martial arts, it's super important that you train both sides. So you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, you're going to start off at knee level. Oh, he missed. There you go. Good. Now I'm going to move it up to belt level. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to come up to shoulder level. Beautiful. Now nose level. Good. Now the final one will be at the top of his own head. There you go. Perfect. So again, you make sure that your partner can do all heights going up and down the body. All right. Now, that's the beginning of the activity. The next part of it, to make it a little bit harder, is that you're not going to tell your partner which level you're going to go to. All right. And they've got to alternate between left and right to get to the proper height. So I may say left knee. Good. Right head. Good. Right belt. Good. Left nose. Good. Right belt. Right knee. Left head. Good. And by selecting those different heights and which foot you're wanting, it'll make it much harder and it will start getting them to where they can fire off the technique without having to think about it so much. All right? So that's going to be the activity for this week. Okay guys, now that's everything for this week. Now for the homework, I want to make sure that you're filming the entire combination. So you're doing the entire wrist release, jab, punch, push, and then the elevated front kick at the end. Now, when you submit that, I want to see 5 on the left and 5 on the right. I know most of you guys are just sending those directly to us. That is fine. If you do want to post them in the Facebook closed group, that is fine as well. Either way really works. In addition to that, I know we're getting a lot of really cool submissions for the coloring and both the activity sheets, or all of the activity sheets rather. I'm going to go ahead and post some of those on the screen here so you guys can see some of the things that the other kids are doing. We're getting some really awesome submissions. I want you guys to make sure that you're getting those in as well. So other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic summer and we'll see you soon.